Okay, so for this video, I want to show you an interesting trick in order to make vocals sound more unique. So if you're like me and you splice, occasionally you'll want to just pull vocal samples off it and manipulate them and try to make them your own. So here's a vocal sample I'm currently using in a track, and I'll show you some interesting things I did to try to make it sound more unique. So here's just the sample by itself. So I went ahead and I pitch and format shifted it over here, and I duplicated it as well. And this right here is just kind of left alone, but there's only a few syllables. But the main thing I'm going to draw attention to is these right here, these layers. So right here, I did a technique called tone transfer. So these ones right here, it's just a little altar boy on it. And instead of it being all high pitched, it's lowered so it sounds like this. So yeah, you get the idea. But what I ended up doing here with tone transfer, I'm going to need to give you a better idea. So I went ahead, I took this sample here. You just open the file and you can basically drop it right here on tone transfer. This is a Google project of sorts. I discovered this just through a YouTube rabbit hole, but there actually is a lot of potential with this. It's kind of small right now, but what it does is essentially whatever vocals, or I mean, you can put just more than just vocals in it, but let's say you put vocals in here. It makes it sound as if like a violin, trumpet, saxophone, or flute was like almost like singing those vocals. I mean, it's literally a tone transfer, but I guess that doesn't do it justice. I'll give you an example right here. So this sound right here, I went ahead and I plugged that in, and it'll make it sound as if it's coming through a violin. So here you go. And then, I can make it sound like it's coming through a trumpet. Or saxophone. So let's just say I went ahead and I took the violin one. I can go ahead and layer it in here. So that way, to the ear, you could tell there's some vocals there and you can't quite make out what they are. And just for me personally, it created this whole vibe to the track. So I went ahead and I layered some samples of it. This is just what it sounds like using the violin effect. And I went ahead, threw it on the track. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the delay and reverb real quick. And here's what it sounds like. Turn this off real quick. Okay. So having it run through the violin tone transfer, you get a unique effect. And not many people know about this. It seems to be some sort of experiment Google's doing. So when you put it all together and add the pitch and format shifted one and this chopped one right here, you can actually get a pretty cool effect. So you can go from this to sounding like this. And that's it for today. If you learned something new, feel free to subscribe, leave a like, or a comment. I should have a new video tomorrow for, going over any other new tips and tricks I feel like sharing. If there's something you'd like covered, and also feel free to go ahead and follow my Instagram and SoundCloud. The support is always appreciated. And yeah, that's it for today.